first place I'm going to go to is the T and Libra Guild shops. I'm going to ask for 300 crystallized destruction stones. And I am simply going to do this on all my characters. Of course, the other way is to go into Guild Shop and buy the materials from there. At the current moment, it's currently more profitable to do Cungalanium as a Guardian daily than Kalilagos. And if you look at the price of leap stones, you'll understand why pretty quickly. I've realized, and I think I mentioned this before, that Lost Ark is a very in-the-moment type of game. So a huge skill that I need to have is the ability to adapt. Because essentially what's going to happen is that I'll be able to make all of this back to pay my friends and also make it back in terms of gold. And then if I really need the materials, I can just simply repurchase them and make more out of that way. The one thing I will miss out from Kalilagos are bracelets though, which is a shame, but with how my luck with bracelets have been recently, I don't think I'm missing out on much. Alright, after doing all the rounds with all the characters, this is the haul, so we're going to put this here. Good amount, but not quite enough. We're still missing a bit, and I'm in need of a lot of Great Honor Leap Stones, so... Ooh, not bad. +4 though, so not as expensive, but it'll fetch a pretty penny. I swept through all my characters who had double rested, and I came out with a little under 1400 red crystals, almost at the stack. And over here I have 120 Great Honor Leaf Stones. At the rate I'm going, I should be able to return all the Great Honor Leaf Stones in 10 days, but 10 days is a little bit too long for me. Oh nice, this Mastercraft kit I found last week sold. When it comes to repaying back the gold, I wasn't really worried because I had a lot of stuff stashed for when Artist came out. And I was thinking maybe I would just sell it when Artist comes out and all the prices skyrocket. But it didn't really skyrocket as much as I wanted to, so I waited until the prices came up just a little bit. So all I have remaining are Honor Shard large pouches, but I sold mediums, I sold smalls, I sold orange books for weapon and armor, which I didn't realize that I didn't put into my storage because I thought when I was using my books that I bought for my Artist, I thought I was already out of books, but I guess not, so that was a bit of a mistake. It's okay, I think I ended up profiting by doing this anyways. But yeah, it would be pretty boring to make back the gold just by going like, oh, I had all of this stashed. So let's go run a bunch of Legion raids.
Rest well.
Yeah, last week raids were quite horrible anyway.
Oh my god.
I was doing that with my friends on gate 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think he did. I want to talk about excavating. Excavating, I feel like, is still the biggest money maker life skill that you can have, simply because of the fact that you can have a chance to get craft kits. The materials are nice too because since bots have gone and prices of fish have shot up, yeah, they're at 180 now. Solar carps are still around the same price though, so it's really just the fish itself. But relics from the life skills are still equally pretty valuable, so I don't mind doing this at all. It's really fun, especially when, oops, I just nab some leap essences and then I just go to town and finish this in less than an hour. And then whatever remaining life skill energy I have, I put it into working on a certain life skill. Currently, I'm working on foraging, trying to get it to level 30. My goal is to get everything to level 30, just so that I have every skill, so I could finally run my goddamn platinum field tickets and make it feel like it's worth. But I just want to quickly tally how many materials I have of each. So this is the numbers that I have. I'm going to refer back to them when I come back after I deplete my entire energy bar. And I want to see how much I actually am making in terms of raw relics and stuff like that. I wish they made every life skill like excavating. There's absolutely no reason why every other life skill, well, I guess besides for hunting. Hunting is like very similar, but it's just so tedious and time consuming. But like every other life skill is just so boring. It's just going up to something and pressing G. At least here it's like, oh, you gotta know your locations for all the relics if you want to be fast. Ultimately, excavating is still also a G pressing, you know, life skill, but at least there's a little bit more interaction with the world than... Oh my god, are you kidding me? By the way, what I'm doing is I am just hunting down as many relics as possible to dig them up quickly. So I'm looking for green specifically because the purple ones, wow, that's another double. The purple ones, they give a lot more materials, or they have a chance to give a lot more materials. So what I do is I wait for the mini game to show up, and then I go to the purples and excavate that. So right now I just got the mini game. I have this shovel that I specifically use for mini games. It's just pretty much a shovel that says you get a lot more rewards from mini games, and then combine that with the fact that I am on a purple. It gives me, hopefully, a lot of materials. So right here, let's go boom, boom, and then boom. The minigame making it easier. Ooh, okay, so 47, nearly 400. Okay, let's say that was 400 for a second. I just want to show. So if this was 400 is 4, so that's 860 gold just like that for that one thing. And then this was what, 48 or something, so 44, 5 bundles. That's at least 1,000 gold right off that pole, and I didn't even count this one because I already forgot how many I got. Let's just say it was 120, and then that's another 168 gold. This is why I like excavating so much. It's because you get so much gold and you use your life energy so quickly so that you're not spending 2 hours doing the same mundane task. I can get all of this excavated done in 30 minutes or less, and my life energy bar restores like every 3 days or something like that. So that's an average of 10 minutes a day. Now obviously if I were to sell these materials it's instant gold, but what I like to do is I like to save them. So now what I can do is either sell them for gold and then buy a cheaper material to make fusion materials with. Typically it's fish, or I go ahead and make maps and I run maps until I lose my mind, because I run like 30 at a time nowadays. I got an expert craft kit in the last, I think it was 30 maps, and then 60 maps later I got a master craft kit. So I don't know what the math is between the price of crafting everything with all the materials and the gold costs compared to getting the master craft kit, but the thing with excavating is that when you get these feel good to get, you know? It feels like, yes, you hit the jackpot. Ooh. Plus, this is just nice and relaxing to do compared to doing raids, dailies, and all that shit. Although I will say, it does get really frustrating when there's multiple people in the same map running excavations, because you're essentially fighting for all these dug relics. But again, that goes back to the whole point of like interactivity with the game. At least like this is a little bit more interesting. Oh god, that's a what happened there? All right, I'm already done, and it has to have been 20 minutes or something like that. I don't remember the time. With the remaining life energy that I have, like I said, I'm just gonna run around Tika and just farm a bunch of flowers and slowly grind the levels out, because I cannot dedicate my time and life skill energy to that task. It's just too mundane. But I have totaled up the amounts that I've farmed. It's 2007 ancient relics, 853 rare relics, and 320 Oreja relics. So let's just plug in the prices of the current market. So 2007 is 20 bundles, because we have to round down because it's in bundles of 100. So I farmed with just ancient relic alone 4.3k. 85 bundles is 1,190. We'll do lowest price here just cause, and 320 is exactly 32 bundles, so that's 1,440 gold. So in the span of 20 minutes, I have farmed 7,000 gold, essentially. It's almost criminal not to be doing life skills if you're complaining about your gold income not being high enough. Obviously, I know, if you're just starting out, you're not gonna pull in the amounts that I'm pulling, because I have a master excavating tool and a expert excavating tool. Sorry, jumbled words. So I invested gold into this, but I invested gold into it because it's precisely this reason why. It's a good money maker. Why would I have any motivation to do any other life skill if I could get 7k gold in like less than 20 minutes, whereas the rest of these would probably take an hour or so, at least, to drain out my entire life skill energy. At least that's what it feels like, because it is so boring. I swear, when I did my fishing one first, I chose fishing first, by the way. I was just so bored out of my mind. While we're on the subject of making gold, let's go get some gold chests. I just keep doing Yunas. It's something that you can just do along the way throughout the week, so it's just free gold. I did not record this, unfortunately, but I did get a second giant gold bar very shortly after getting the first one. So my lifetime record for giant gold bars is now 2. Can I make it a third? Close enough. I got the 2 legendary cards from the event shop. Let's take a break from all that gold making and let's try and get some cards. Oh my god. I have missed the last 2 way notifications because the first time I was out of the house. The second time was at 4:30 in the morning. So I was very upset because I was saying I could be so close to being done this set if I just got way. And I don't have to stress about any alerts anymore. But it doesn't matter because I have it way fully awakened now. Yes, yes. While we're at it, we might as well awaken Azina and Inanna. Since I fully awakened my way, this means that I am 1 card away from 18 awakening for Light of Salvation. Don't mind if I do. I am going to redeem Tyrain, because if I get extra Tyrains from runs and stuff, it won't be a problem. But if I redeem Bolthorn and max him out, that means all subsequent runs and openings of Bolthorn will be worthless. So, where is this? Right here. Voila. And finally, after so long, I can awaken it. And this means I finally have 18 awakenings. Yes! I've been so far behind from all my friends because of this, so I am so happy that it's finally done. No more Lost Wind Cliff anymore. It's now Light of Salvation for everything. Hey, so my scrapper got a pretty good ring just the other day, and I sold it for 32k. So unfortunately, most of my worries are now done. This is what I sold. I think I could have sold it for a bit more, but I was a little bit more concerned about getting enough gold to pay back my friends. Alright, so let me just oops. This much gold. A whole stack of reds. 1,734. So it was 50k with tax, so I'm repaying him with the tax returned. Awesome! I think he's a little surprised that I'm paying him back already. Okay, next friend. And this, and this. Uh-oh, he hard crashed. Oh no. Okay, he's back. Second time's the charm. Alright, all of these, and please don't crash. Okay, we did it. Everything's paid off now. Okay, but for real, all it really took for me to repay my friends was just to grind out my dailies on every character I had for the next few days. Basically until I had the red crystals all farmed up by myself, and then I just used the extra gold I had from selling the big accessories and the Mastercraft kit to buy the remaining Great Honor Leap Stones. I just finished editing this episode, and you know, after 77 episodes, I really gotta say it's really hard to do good organized storytelling with this Let's Play series. I find back then in MapleStory, in Road to Max Damage, I could really plan out a storyboard because everything is done on my own pace. But with Lost Ark, it's just constantly go, 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 go because of how the new raids are being pushed out, because we're still catching up to the Korean version of the game, so we know the content that's coming out, and everyone's trying to push their characters to get to that end game. But also just because like there's scheduled content and homework raids to be done in order to make your gold and money and fund your alts and all of that. 18 raids a week is really absurd. Just the amount of active attention you need to complete all of that in the week is just significantly more compared to Maple, even though maybe back then I played more Maple per week than Lost Ark. I've just been so like actively engaged with playing the game, like, because I want to be there at the end game as well, right? Just like Road to Max Damage, when I started the series, I actually kind of had a soft goal in mind. I'll talk about that in detail at a later episode because that's already been recorded, and so I want to wait till the episodes catch up to that point to really talk about it. But once I do achieve that goal, I will put the game in the back burner and move on to the next project. 2022, I said I was going to give the majority of my time, focus, and attention to Lost Ark, and I'm very fortunate to have the luxury of doing that, just period. 2023, this year, my focus I wanted to be on solely music. I think it's time that I really hunker down and focus on releasing a whole bunch of music, and so I really want to focus on that. And now that I finally have time to edit all of this footage from this past month and a half, I realized that it's just kind of like, yeah, I set my goals, I'm achieving them, and I'm moving on. With everything combined, I think it's basically starting to be time to hang up the game and not have it as my main focus. Like I said, this soft goal that I mentioned will be talked about in a later episode, so I'll save it for that. But either way, that's just what's happening. So I'm basically near the end of this series, and I might not even be uploading in this gaming channel for much anymore, which sucks because I really wanted to hit 10k subs, but I guess like my focus just wasn't on that anymore because of me wanting to work on music more, which is fine. It's okay to set goals and then realize that it's not really what you actually want, and I think that was also an important thing I learned with Road to Max Damage, with this Lost Ark series, and just in general from my experiences in the past few years. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up for this episode before I rant for too long. I just want to say again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.